Hi people, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be recreating the style. The white one is what my client requested for. So we'll start with the down part. The down part is divided into 3 layers. To determine the length of each layer, the first thing you will do is to minus the waist length from the total gown length. All right, then whatever is remaining, you're going to divide it into 3 parts and you're going to add your seam allowance to each. For the width, the first layer is waist circumference times 2. While the second layer is first layer plus half of first layer. So the third layer is second layer plus half of second layer. Hope it's clear. If you have any question, you can leave it in the comment section. I will be happy to reply you. So I went ahead, I cut the down part just the way I have explained, and I already have a gypsy tutorial on this channel. I'll leave the link in the description box so that you can learn more about how to make gypsy, okay? How to make gypsy dress. So I went ahead, I cut the down part layer by layer just the way I have explained. The first layer is your waist circumference times 2, while the second layer is going to be the first layer plus half of first layer, okay? Then the third layer is going to be second layer plus half of second layer. So for example, if the waist circumference is 30, the first layer is going to be 2 times 30, which is going to be 60, okay? Then the second layer is going to be 60 plus 30, that is half of the first one, right? So that would be 90. So the third layer is going to be 90 plus half of 90, which is 45. So the third layer will be 90 plus 45. Hope I'm making sense. If you don't understand, just leave your question in the comment section. I'll reply you. So I went ahead, I cut it. So this is what we have here. So I'm going to keep this aside so that we can concentrate on the upper part, which I think is the major part of the style. All right, so I fold my fabric into 2, then I fold it again like this, so it's into 4. All right, so I cut it out like this so that I can turn it to myself. All right, so here we have my zip allowance here, and the folded edge is going to be the center front. So I went ahead, I ruled my guideline since it's going to be an off shoulder. So I'm going to minus 6.5, and I'll place the tape on the line that I ruled. Can you see, like this? Then from there, I'm going to measure down the length of the armhole, then the waist length with half-inch seam allowance. Then I'll go ahead, I'll extend the lines. All right. All right, so the next thing I'll do is on this first line that I ruled, I'm going to input the shoulder divided by 2 minus 3 inches. All right, then I'll move to the armhole line. I'm going to input the bust circumference divided by 4 plus my seam allowance. Then I'll go to the waist length. Don't forget all my measurement is starting from this folded edge, okay? So on the waistline, I'm going to input the waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch for the dart, and then my seam allowance. Then I'll connect it to the bust measurement. Then from that 5 inches neck width, I'm going to connect it to the bust measurement, and I'll also create the neckline. So from the starting point to where the neckline stops is 1 inch, okay? So the next thing is to measure the zip allowance. So from the folded edge, I measure outward ½ inch. Then I'll come to the upper part, I measure 1¼ for the zip allowance. Then I'll connect it together like this. All right. So the next thing now is just to cut this out. So we are done cutting. The next thing is to remove the front. The upper part is the front, so remove it. So as for the back, what you're going to do next is for you to measure from the waistline. You measure ½ inches upward. Just measure ½ inch upward like this, and then you are going to slightly connect it back to the side seam, and you're going to cut it off. So this is going to prevent the zip from bulging at the back. All right, so The next thing is just to measure your zip allowance, which is going to be 1.2. So you mark it and then you notch. So don't forget to notch your zip allowance. So once you're done with all these little illustrations, you keep it aside. Then you move on to cutting the sleeve. So I fold the fabric into 4. So you measure the length you want for the sleeve. Then you cut it out like this. So what I have here now is the length. Then at this upper part here, I measured 11.5. Then from that 11.5, I place the armhole of the upper part like this, and I trace out the shape. Then I'll cut it out. The width of this unfold like this is 22 inches. All right. So at the down part of the sleeve from that side seam, I came up by 2.5 inches like this, and I'll blend it back like so, and I'm going to trim it off. And that's it, we are done with the sleeve. Okay, so it's going to have elastic at the upper part as well as the lower part. So you keep it aside. So the next thing we are going to cut now is the belt on the waistline, and I place it on fold like this, and on fold is 2.5, and the width is your waist circumference plus your zip allowance, because it's going to be at the front all the way to the back. So all right, so after cutting this belt, the next thing you have to cut is the one you're going to pleat around the neckline. And you're going to be cutting it exactly the way we have cut the belt like this. So the only difference now is that the length on fold is going to be 3.5 inches, while the width is going to be very long. Okay, so like times 3 the round shoulder measurement. Okay, or you can just cut as much as your fabric can contain, and you're going to be pleating it all around the neckline when you're done sewing the fabric. So I'll go ahead, I'll cut out, and we are done cutting. Then we'll move to the sewing. First off, I sew the down part of the last layer. Next, I gather them layer by layer. So you can either run a gathered stitch and drag and pull the gather, or you use your gathering foot, just the way I'm doing here. I'm using my gathering foot to gather it. After gathering, the next thing now is to join them together layer by layer. So just join them together accordingly. You join the second layer to the first layer, and when you're done with that, you join the third layer to the second layer. Keep them aside, then I'll work on the upper part. The first thing is for you to sew in your dart for both the front and the back. So on the second look, I discovered that the belt or the band was only in the front part of the style. So I just placed the belts that we cut out earlier on only the front part, just like the way you see me doing it now. Then I'm going to stitch it to the waistline, just like this. All right, so this is how it's looking. So if you turn it to the wrong side, you can see this is side. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just to cut off the excess by the side seam. So when you're done with the body, you're going to keep it aside, and I'm going to work on that long strip that we cut out that we're going to be pleating around the neckline. You know, remember I told you it's going to be a very long strip. You can see how long it is in my hand here. So if you don't have enough fabric, don't forget you can also join it together to make it long, okay? Just the way I'm doing it, you can see I joined mine too. So if you don't have a very long strip like one like that, you can join together to make the length that you want, okay? You can see how long this is. It's really long actually. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do now is just to fold them together into two like this, and I'm going to create pleats with them that I'm going to be sewing around the neck area. So before I start to create the pleat, I first stitch the mouth together so that by the time I'm creating the pleat, it will not be misbehaving, so that it can just follow the way I want it to be. Okay, so I match the mouth together and join the mouth together so that it can become one. You can either create your pleat when directly on the fabric around the neck area when you're done, or you can also do it the way I'm doing it now, because this is always easy and it's faster. So just create your pleat ahead so that by the time you are sewing it, you just stitch it directly to whatever circumference you're putting it, okay? So I usually like to create my pleats first. Next, I create elastic casing for the sleeve at the down part. I use bias to create the elastic casing. After that, I cut out elastic and I insert it inside the elastic casing. So I open up the sleeve at the upper part, you know, from here to here is the armhole, but from here to the other side, that is before the next armhole, I pleat it to exactly 9 inches. So when that was done, I proceed and I attach it to the main body. So this is the main body. I've placed front and back together on top of each other, and I pin it by the two sides. You can see I pin it by the two sides. I've not stitched it down. I just pin the two sides. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just to attach the sleeve. So you attach the sleeve to both the front and the back. So you know we use the armhole to cut the sleeve, so it's going to match. So attach the sleeve. So when you're done attaching the sleeve, the next thing is just to close the side seam. You know, you start from the sleeve all the way to the waistline. So the next thing after closing the side is for you to attach the ruffles that we already created earlier on to the round neckline. So you are just going to stitch it together to the neckline the way I'm doing now. So if you notice the neck area, there's a strip of fabric there, like a spaghetti hand. So I cut that out as well, that I'm going to be attaching to the neck area. The length is 13 inches. We minus 6.5 from the off shoulder. So front and back. So 6.5 times 2, that will be 13. So the length of each is 13, but you need to add your allowance. So I added 1 inch allowance. So instead of 13, I cut out 14, and then the width is 1.5 inches. So you cut out 2. So next you attach the strip on the neckline. Just look at the way I'm doing it. See, you just place it like that, and then you also attach it to the other side like so. You can pin it so that it can be easy for you. When I was done, I turned it to the good side and top stitch on it. So I'm done attaching the strip. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just to attach the skirt to the upper bodies. So the last thing now is just to close the center back, and then you attach your zipper. And that will be the end of the tutorial for today. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please kindly subscribe, and please kindly give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.